fundamental things that you do that's working for you and has worked for you every time that you've used them?
Well, once I decided that I was going to do this as a distributor, just like everybody else, I had that talk in the mirror. And I said, you know, for things to change, I got to change, you know, one more time or keep changing. But I took full responsibility from where I was at. And I realized that I was going to have to do the basics, you know, the so-called dirty work that most people won't do, but that's what gets you rich. Three-way calling, you know, doing the basics every single day, starting with the list and
talking to people. You know, calling. You know, start with your list. Calling those people. You know, exposing them to the business.
Suiting up and showing up every day. Being open for business.
Right. Right. And from that he's got tremendous results and tremendous success. But and Jim, so you know, people from 130 countries around the world watch this show, and people from probably 100 companies watch this show. So it's not about any one particular company. Everybody will find the company that fits them, but the concepts don't change no matter what it is when it comes to building a list and contacting those people and talking to people and doing your follow-up and using your tools and those types of things. One of the things that stuck out when we had this conversation over the last couple hours is one of the things that you talk to people about, one of the questions that you ask them when you're in the prospecting process. I want you to talk about that a little bit. And it's one simple question. It's called, are you serious? So give them a little bit of information about, are you serious?
Well, whatever your process is, you know, putting people through, you know, like if it's a sizzle call, videos, conference calls. And so once you put a person through that process, and now they've come to the point where they want to get started. You learn to ask questions, and then you become a good listener. Most people don't listen anymore, so they're going to tell you what you need to show them what to do next. And so, are you serious about your health or your weight? If you're selling, you know, products, how serious are you? And then they'll tell you on a scale of 1 to 10. When it comes to the business and making money, okay, Eric, how serious are you? And the person will say, oh, I'm a 10. You know, I need to make money. I'm behind in my bills. I'm really serious. So that's so important to get that established, and they tell you how serious, because now they've given you the okay, the green light, to really find out if that's true or not. So like I might say, okay, Eric, now since you're a 10 and you want to make money right now, and so let's write a list of 100 names right now. And, you know, they might balk at that. You mean I got to talk to people I know or write a list? I go, well, you just told me you were serious, right? I mean, that's for real. Yeah. And when you bring that back to them, that question, they go, oh, yeah, that's true. And then they'll write the list. I like what you said on your video the other day about, you know, the tell, show, try, do part, because I remember people say, well, how do you get them to write a list right away, you know? And you have to have a big story or make a lot of money or be somebody well known. I said, you know, when I made that $680 part-time when I was still at the mattress store, I got people to introduce me to their warm market right away based on my $680 part-time story, and I told the 3 other stories of people making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And here was the key. Because the reason they're reluctant to write that list, they think they're going to have to call everybody and make the presentation, and they don't even know what to say. But when you tell them that you're going to actually do the presentation for them,
or you have tools,
and that you're going to do the 3 ways or the little meetings, and they go, oh, you're going to do that for me? So then they'll write the list, and then I also tell them, listen, on the first exposure, I'm not going to try to sell them or recruit them. I'm just going to put them through the same process that got you to this point. I'm going to point them to the recordings. I'm going to guide them to the videos, and we're just going to do that until they come to this stage, and they're going to say the same thing. Okay, what do I do next?